Quite a show, huh? Quite a show. So, let's get it started. Without any further ado, I want to introduce you to the Hall of Fame announcer for the Chicago Cubs. You've seen him here before, the one and only Harry Caray. Harry,
how you doing? Fantastic.
How are you, Harry? Good to see you. Good to see you.
How you doing, Colin?
I'm doing great.
You're taller on TV.
Well, yeah. TV ad's about a foot.
A lot more handsome, too.
Well, I'm having a bad hair day,
Well,
Harry. You know.
I don't know what that's like. Sorry. I always look fantastic.
Well, you look fantastic today, and it's fantastic to have you here.
Fantastic to be here.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
You know, I got to tell you, Harry, I'll admit that I'm shocked that not only are you a Hall of Fame broadcaster, but you sell Printronix supplies.
Yeah, I know. It's awesome, man.
It is.
It's kind of a curveball. Curveball. People don't get it a lot of times.
That's right.
I don't understand it, but I do. I do a lot, as a matter of fact.
You do. Now, how do you do that? You have customers that you're selling your...
See, I sell printers too. So. And I know that kind of was a curveball too. I like it more of a slider because I slide in there and sell them the printer.
Nice.
And then they're like, well, what the heck else you got going on? I tell them, I say, well, hey, what you gonna run on that printer? You might need a ribbon, don't you think? And you might need some labels and print heads and stuff, right? So I kind of like try to attach my consumables and supplies.
Nice.
To the hardware sales.
So you get sort of an attach rate going.
That's an excellent
Attach rate.
I see why you're the host.
That's right. I've been doing this for quite a while, Conan.
Yeah,
Since about 8:30.
Thrilled with you.
Well, hey, now listen. So you'll actually pick up the phone and make a call to your customers to sell them supplies. What do you tell them?
Well, see, what I do is I pick up the phone and I say, hey, how you doing? And they're like, hey, Harry, how you doing? Because I'm a friendly guy.
They know Harry.
They know me. And so I'm like, how you doing? And I just call to check in on them. And I say, I sold you that printer. How you doing on supplies? How you doing on ribbons and labels and stuff? And I just kind of keep it going. That way it keeps the lines of communication open with them.
Right.
And it kind of keeps me in there so when they do need a printer too, then they know to call old Harry.
Yeah, right. So you sell them supplies, they're used to buying from you, and then when they have a hardware deal, they call you, right?
That's exactly right. You catch on quick.
I'm a quick study. Thanks. Thanks. Well, now, when you when they tell you the supplies that you need, how do you actually figure out which ones to they say they've got this printer and they need the supplies for it. How do you figure that out?
That's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I know it sounds complicated because you got all these different manufacturers. Some are crappy, and then there's Printronix. They're awesome. And you got different models and different sizes and all that kind of stuff. So my Printronix guy, Brad, he's a short guy, kind of funny looking, real nice.
Yeah,
Terrible spelling. Terrible spelling.
I've heard about it. I heard he was very good looking, as a matter of fact. That's not...
Okay, we'll go with whatever you say. Anyway, so he came up with this matrix thing. And it's like a spreadsheet, and it tells you the printer, and then what supplies actually go with it.
Right, as a matter of fact, I think everybody has one in their packet. Looks kind of like this.
Yeah, and you know what? If they like electronic copies, Printronix has a microsite with ScanSource.
Oh.
And it's right on the front page of that too. So
did you hear that?
And customers can go to it too.
That's fantastic. So on the Printronix microsite, you can go and you can see this spreadsheet that matches up printer models to their supplies, right?
That's exactly right.
And it's got the ScanSource partners or part numbers and everything.
Exactly.
Hey, that's pretty sharp.
It makes it easy. I can do it even by the second or third inning.
But
when I've had a few.
When you've had a few?
A few dozen.
A few dozen.
Matter of fact, I was drinking mimosas with Lisa backstage earlier.
Were you really? Lisa makes a mean mimosa.
She does. All I was thinking was about accumulating. She was talking awards points. And I was thinking, man, I could take me a trip to the Caribbean and just surround myself with senoritas and margaritas. It'd be fantastic. Fantastic.
That's quite a vision. Harry Caray on the beach with senoritas and margaritas.
I got a Printronix Speedo just waiting for me.
Oh, I'll be sure to be in Alaska when you're there. Hey, listen, now, the last question I have for you here is that supplies, they're not a really big ticket item. They're not a ton of money. So what's the real value for you in selling those?
Well, first of all, it's recurring revenue. So you can't sell them the same printer over and over again, but you can sell them supplies over and over again. So that's one big thing. And then two, it keeps you in contact with the customer. So you build that relationship.
Right.
And I know ScanSource, they're always talking about relationships and all huggy-duggy and everything with their customers. And so I'm thinking, shoot, if I can stay in touch with them all the time and make sure I'm supporting everything, then, that's a win for me too.
So it's always an excuse to call your customer and just say, hey, how you doing on supplies?
Exactly.
Oh, that
If
makes
nothing
sense.
else, it gives me a reason to call and ask them how their kids are doing.
They're nice. Well,
And if maybe they want to go have a drink sometime. I might could be talked into it.
I'm sure you're always available for that, right?
Yeah, I can make time.
Well, Harry, listen, I really appreciate you being on the show. And to my surprise, you actually offered some valuable information
Well,
about
I
selling
appreciate
Printronix
you
supplies.
I was really excited to come. I hear you have great hair. It was true.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. I worked very hard on it. Well,
Okay,
Harry,
whatever you say.
thank you very much for being here. We're going to get to our next guest now. So we've got a keg backstage. You can go back and get to work.
All right.
Thank you, sir. All right. That was Harry.